Konnichiwa, minasan. It's Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House over in Japan. How are you doing? You good? I hope you're genki. I'm great because I've got some really good news. I have a huge recommend. This is a must-buy comic book to review for you today. This came out on Wednesday, January the 11th. It's called Nemesis Reloaded, written by Mark Millar with incredible art by Jorge Jimenez, who I'm already missing from the Batman pages. You know what I mean? Wait till you see the art in this book. It is staggering. I like to focus on positives. I like to talk good things up, but this is absolutely incredible. There are panels in here which I've not seen before ever. Like the way that Jorge Jimenez has drawn this comic book, the way he's realized the action scenes. There's like a fluid kinetic movement. It flies through the pages. He uses these amazing angles, like looking up at people or down. Oh, I tell you, I could just go on and on, singing his praises right through this review and just show a couple of pictures and that'd be it. It would be over. But you get a little bit sick of superlatives and big adjectives, don't you, after a while? And basically Gray just going, fantastic, amazing. So let's focus on the review. It says it's a mini-series. I'm not sure how many issues, but I'm guessing it's going to be 4. So, let me give you a quick synopsis. This is what it says. The world's most evil comic book is back. Who is Nemesis, and why does this eccentric billionaire who dresses up in a mask and cape want to terrorize people instead of helping them? Isn't that how it's supposed to go? Trigger warning, too violent and too cool for some. There we go. That sums it up. That's a synopsis from Image Comics from Mark Millar himself, from Miller World. So, yeah, I could just sit here and rave about this, but what I'll do instead is I will go straight to the story summary. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm going to keep it short this time. I just want to show you some of this gorgeous art by Jimenez, and this is not to neglect Mark Millar. He has written a fantastic story. He's kind of famous for pushing the envelope, courting controversy and being quite shocking. If you've read any of his things before, like Kick-Ass, Hitman, for example. But despite that, he still knows how to write a fantastic, a gripping, a pull-you-right-in story. He beats so much of the modern fare, in my opinion, in this one issue. Yet, it's probably still going to get, a little bit of, bad press because, especially for the final couple of pages, what this character is kind of planning, what his plan is. But yeah, sometimes, you need to push the envelope, don't you? It doesn't mean you agree with what's going on in the comic book, but you still can sit down like an adult and enjoy, a fantastic, exciting ride, which is what I did. And again, did I tell you how good the art is? Okay, please keep watching. Here we go. First, we get a really nice introduction by the writer Mark Millar, talking about how weird it feels to reboot one of your own projects. It says here that he created the book with Canadian artist Steve McNiven, 13 years ago, right in the middle of the Kick-Ass mania, and apparently it sold really well. Everything you heard before is a lie. This is my story. This is how it all began. What a great opening. Yeah, it might be a bit cliched, but okay, I'm in. So what we have is we're in Fish Creek, Wisconsin, and there's an old guy on his doorstep. He's got a shotgun in his hand. He seems to be looking for somebody. Then on the next page, we see his wife. She's sat on the bed. She's not moving. She looks a bit worried. What the hell is wrong with you? He's under the bed, Jake. And that's how it starts. And we get our first glimpse of the character, Nemesis. Oh my god. He's holding 2 handguns and he's smiling. Then we switch to Los Angeles and we meet a guy called Carlos who's wearing a lot of gold chains. He's making his way to a nice looking car. He's being let in by what looks like a chauffeur and he's giving a diatribe on Tarantino movies. As they drive and continue the discussion, we get this bottom panel with a gorgeous looking shot of a silhouette, some kind of glider. Is it Batman? I don't think so. Just look at that art by Jimenez already. And then, boom! Nemesis kicks his way in through the front windscreen, grabs Carlos, and then somehow boosts himself through the roof of the car. We get this great shot of Carlos's girlfriend watching them disappear, and there's a silhouette against the moon, a la E.T., but so much cooler. Carlos must have blacked out because when he comes round, he doesn't know where he is, but he seems to be wearing some kind of black blindfold, like goggles. Nemesis tells him, "The swimming pool, of course." What Carlos doesn't know is he's surrounded by other people wearing the same blindfolds. You remember that scene in Chris Nolan's The Dark Knight where the Joker's looking for new henchmen? He breaks a pool cue in half and leaves it up to them to sort it out between them. Well, this is pretty much what's going to happen here. Except it's Mark Millar, so it's probably 50 times as violent. Okay, let me skip ahead a couple of pages to, again, showcase some of Jorge Jimenez's incredible art. Look at this here, Nemesis riding some kind of awesome cross between the Tron cycle and Batman's Bat bike. We get a very brief info dump at the top here where it says that Nemesis has travelled the world, honing his cruelties since he was 10 years old, learning at the feet of murderers and gangmasters, also drug lords and despots. Despot, there's a word I've not heard for a while. And on the next scene, it just takes off. Look at this. He rides up some kind of ramp off a truck and then does a somersault off the bike, landing on top of some kind of huge glass dome. He smashes through the top of this dome, somersaults down and lands on the ground, pulling out two awesome looking swords. And that's where I'm going to end my story summary, because to say any more would spoil it. You've got to see the rest. You've got to pick up this issue. It is so good. How good was that? What did I say? Man, I really hope you pick it up and I really hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Okay, so here, where are we? We have a preview of the next issue's cover. It's going to be issue 2, which is out on the 15th of February. So it looks like we're going to go back to his childhood, get his, his kind of origin story. And over here, next to me, an advertisement in the book for Mark Millar's Magic Order Volume 4, which starts at the end of January, comes out the 25th. I'm going to be picking this up because, I mentioned this before, I'm going to be supporting more independent creators this year. I'm going to kind of drop off on my DC and Marvel reviews and really focus on indie, especially Image Comics, maybe some Boom Comics. Also, like supporting Mark Millar as long as the stories are good. I mean, look at the art. The art is looking amazing. And the art in this issue it's next level, guys. Next level. Okay, that's it for my review. If you enjoy my review, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you here. I've also got Wakizashi Tea House memberships going. If you're interested in supporting the channel a little bit, that'd be brilliant. I'd love to have you on here. I do exclusive content and we do live member streams. So all that's left to say is I hope to see you in the next video and I'd love to get a comment from you. Okay, this is Gray from Wakizashi's Tea House signing off for the night. Matane. Wakizashi's Tea House. Please subscribe.